1973, Eamon de Valera retired from office. Archbishop John Charles McQuaid was laid to rest. Irish farmers were campaigning for access to European markets. And Dublin danced to a samba beat as the world champions Brazil came to town. Their opponents, not a Republic of Ireland team, not a Northern Ireland team, instead a combination of the two. Stars, place was full of stars. Jennings, Martin O'Neill, Giles, Terry Conroy and the late Derek Dougan. And indeed the late Derek Dougan is the only one missing from this reassembly of that wonderful All-Ireland team. Politically, the troubles were at their worst. The previous year had seen nearly 500 people killed, and in March the province voted overwhelmingly against a union with the Republic. And it was against this backdrop of tension that Wolves and Northern Ireland striker Derek Dougan conceived the project that many thought impossible.
Forward Supreme Don Gibbons.
Be selected in an All-Ireland team was a great honour. When I was maybe just turned pro at Manchester United, I went to a sports forum on which Malcolm Allison and I think Paddy Crair were on. I don't know what I was doing there, Jim, because I was very young at that time. And somebody asked the question, would you like to play in an All-Ireland team? You know, and before I had the chance to answer, Malcolm Allison said, no bloody chance. I took that to mean no chance of me ever being selected, as opposed to no chance of it ever happening.
The outstanding Brian Hamilton.
First and foremost, we've always been football people. And I think when someone said, would you like to play on an All-Ireland side against Brazil, I've got to say Brazil game came right into where you were thinking.
And they were the reigning world champions.
They were just simply fantastic. And you just wanted to have the chance, the honour to play against Ravelino, Garincha, all these type of players.
Alan Hunter.
I was brought up Presbyterian. But where I went to school, we went with Catholics. And all my friends were Catholics. Mixed school, very unique. I mean, I felt on the day I had to sort of show them that I wasn't going to be biased.
Do you feel that you're a sort of political animal then? It was hands across the divide.
Well, that's what I used to think, and I think, I thought by me coming down and playing this game, I was reaching across that political divide.
Imagine this lineup in their prime. Even the world champions knew that they were taking part in something extraordinary.
We were aware of the political situation in Ireland regarding the game, but football is a powerful force that can unite nations and cultures. Ireland's best player that day was John Giles. He was technically excellent, and it's a shame he never played in a World Cup.
In a game that will long live in the memory, Brazil raced to a 4-1 lead. Paulo Cesar got things going with a penalty. Then Mick Martin equalised for the Shamrock Rovers selection. Jairzinho struck for the world champions, giving them a half-time lead 2-1. Valdemiro made it 3-1 before Paulo Cesar, who had a penalty save, finished the job. Terry Conroy picks up the story.
Funny enough, I just created a goal for Derek Dougan, which brought us back to 4-2. And I said to Doug, you owe me one. And a few minutes later, he repaid it. We've done his trickery down the wing, sent over a magnificent cross, which I flung myself at from literally must have been all of 2 feet. Connected with this glorious header, which totally bamboozled the Brazilian goalkeeper into the back of the net for 4-3. But unfortunately, we couldn't pull it back to a draw, Jimmy. But that's my memory of that goal.
We scored the 4th goal, but Ireland could possibly have done so. The game really could have gone either way like that.
Derek Dougan was probably the game's big loser. He never played again for Northern Ireland, amid rumours of unhappiness within the IFA for his part in organising the event.
I mean, it would have to be said, I think Derek was about 35 at the time, but I think there was some bad feelings about it. I mean, the fact was he was still fit, he was still able to play, but he never played for Northern Ireland again.
It remained the only sour note to an orchestra of virtue and sporting brilliance, when divisions were sundered and all that remained were crystal clear memories, such as Conroy's recollection of Jairzinho.
Funny enough, after the game, he wanted to come out to a nightclub with the lads, and obviously the Brazilians like the samba a bit, so he came out to a club in Dublin, and all night, Jimmy, he kept pestering me. And I said, well, leave me alone, the game was finished. But what he wanted to know is, he said, Terry, can you teach me the proper way to dribble? So there you go. So what can you say to Jairzinho after that?
Jairzinho coming in, here he is, and the man who scored in every round in the 70 World Cup finals has done it at Lansdowne. Jairzinho.